let's talk about something pretty much all of us do, every single day, taking a shower. But what if I told you there might be a right way and a wrong way to do it?
We usually think of a shower as something that's only good for us. It gets us clean, wakes us up, helps us unwind. But the perspective we're looking at today suggests that how we shower, and more specifically the temperature of that water, could have some really big consequences.
Okay, so what is the big deal here? Well, it all boils down to one super important warning about hot water. And it's a rule that a lot of us, especially if you love a long, steaming hot shower, are probably breaking every single day. And there it is. According to this Ayurvedic perspective, the number one most important rule is to never pour hot water directly on your head. You can use it on your body from the neck down, sure, but your head? It's a whole different ballgame. We're not just talking about a little headache here. It's suggesting a direct line to a massive number of health problems.
Wow, 123. That's such a specific and jarring number, isn't it? It also includes a whole range of mental and emotional issues that could supposedly start with this one simple act. So you're probably wondering why? Why such a dramatic warning? What's the logic? Well, to get that, we need to quickly touch on a core concept from Ayurveda, the theory of kapha. This is the key to the whole argument. So what on earth is kapha? Well, in a nutshell, Ayurveda is a traditional system that's all about balancing three main energies, or doshas, in our bodies. Kapha is one of them. You can think of it as the body's natural cooling, grounding, and stabilizing force. It's what gives us structure.
And this is exactly where it all connects back to the shower. See, according to this viewpoint, some parts of our body are natural centers for this cooling kapha energy. And the two most important ones for this topic, the head and the eyes. They're considered naturally cool, kapha-heavy zones.
And here is the absolute crucial point, that kapha and hot water are basically enemies. When you put intense heat on these naturally cool parts of your body, it supposedly throws that kapha energy way out of balance. It's like pouring hot water on a stable block of ice. It doesn't just melt, it creates chaos. And that chaos is what's believed to be the root of all those potential problems.
Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually mean for your morning routine? Let's switch gears from the why to the how and look at the practical guide for what's considered the ideal way to bathe.
The best case scenario is actually crystal clear. Bathe with cool or room temperature water. We're not talking ice cold here, just, unheated tap water. This is seen as the absolute best way to keep your body in balance all year long. But hey, let's be real. Giving up warm showers completely, that's a really tough ask for a lot of people. So it offers a compromise. If you just have to use warm water, make sure it's lukewarm, not blazing hot. And most importantly, only use it on your body. When it comes to your head and eyes, you still have to stick with cool, normal temperature water.
Now, of course, it's not always so black and white. Like any good system, this one has some nuances. It's not a rigid rule for every single situation, some very specific exceptions, and it also takes a moment to bust a super common myth about bathing. And this chart really lays out those special cases. So while cool water is the gold standard for when you're healthy, things change. Get this, if you have a really high fever, warm water is actually fine. For severe muscle pain, it recommends alternating between hot and cold. And in the middle of a freezing winter, lukewarm water on your body is an acceptable compromise. All right, and what about that myth? You know the one. Don't take a cold shower, you'll catch a cold. We've all heard it. Well, the source material calls that out directly. It argues that getting a cold has nothing to do with the temperature of the water, but is actually linked to what's going on inside your body, like poor digestion.
Okay, so we've gone through the theory behind kapha, the right way to do it, and all the exceptions. If you're going to remember just one thing from all of this, what should it be?
It's really this simple. Everything else aside, this is the core message. According to this Ayurvedic viewpoint, the most crucial thing you can possibly do in the shower is to protect your head and your eyes from hot water, period. And that kind of brings us to a final thought, doesn't it? When you take a simple, everyday habit like showering and look at it through a totally different lens, it really makes you wonder what other harmless things we do every day might be worth rethinking.